I have to clap for this camera as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll count as down. Go ahead and just clap.
Okay. 3,
Make sure it's big for the camera.
3, 2, 1.
You don't need to do it.
I don't know. You're just looking at me like, what else am I supposed to really do?
Alright, bet. We're live.
Alright, bet. Okay.
We got a very special guest today.
Hello,
The one and only.
We do have a very special guest today.
He is very special.
Hello.
He's special to me.
No one's talking to the mic though.
Sorry, yeah. Hello.
Just put it
Adjust it this way.
to your lips, like
Perfect. Oh, God, I'd rather not think about it like that, to be honest. At least say no homo.
Hello, Sukhraj.
Hello, Umar. You alright, Rajan?
I'm alright.
How's things with you guys?
Corona.
Coronavirus. That is the topic. That is the big discussion.
Literally everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Like every single podcast I
Should we
listen
be
to.
different and not talk about it?
I'm down, but
no.
is there anything else going on right now?
It's the most popular, trending thing at the minute. So you might as well, and also we can put our take on it. So so for me, personally, I think people are just going a bit over the top. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's like a strong. Okay, the only people I say worry if you're old, if you have a weak immune system because of medical issues or whatever. Fair enough.
Shout out Reese.
But yeah, shout out
Weakest
Reese.
immune system in the
Shout out
East.
Marnie as well. Shout out Marnie.
Has he got a weak immune system?
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck on Marnie.
But
Mad.
wow.
No, Marnie, I'm
Okay. Right. But yeah. So that's what I think. I think it's just a bit over the top. Just chill out, sort of thing. It's really
chill
that
out,
deep.
Yeah, chill out.
You know?
Just chill out.
I said if I just want it to flex, innit? I want to survive it. I said if you guarantee me to survive it, not infect anyone else, happily have it. Do you know why? Because I want to tweet out afterwards. Coronavirus ? Completed it, mate. That bang, it bang. I can see myself 100,000 retweets. And if you get it now, get it early. I found this out yesterday. You're less likely to get it again. It strengthens your immune system. I don't know how the science stuff works about that, but it does. It works out.
Yeah.
I want it.
I mean, statistically, isn't 80% of us going to get it?
Yeah, they said so.
It's just a matter of delaying it.
Exactly. So I think Boris did some press conference. He's a fucking clown, Boris Johnson.
Oh,
he is. No, I'm
political.
sorry.
Okay.
No, but he is. first
Okay,
of all.
okay.
He's
Can't
like
be
the Wally
talking
with the
about
brolly. He's just
Wally with the
fucking you never heard that.
Does he carry an umbrella?
No, you've never heard that phrase. It's basically he's an idiot, basically.
Oh, okay.
So the fact that they had a press conference and then they had a chief medical officer for the UK or some shit,
I saw that.
and then he was like, so we have to tell you this legally. The maximum spread it can get to is 80%, and the UK was like, okay. And then recently as well, I can't remember where it was I was looking at, but apparently there's a lot of shit. Apparently we haven't been told. A lot of cases which haven't been added to the statistics and all that shit. So the actual the amount of cases in the UK is a lot more. They're just not saying shit. And also the fact that look at all these other countries. Yeah, people might be saying they're going over the top with closing everything, but what have we done? He's just been wash your hands and sing the national anthem.
Have you been washing your hands though?
Yes, always wash my hands.
No, but have you been washing them extra now?
No, I literally wash them as normal.
I never wash my hands unless I went to the toilet. So now it's Corona's brought my personal hygiene to a normal level.
Nah,
Because I'm just regularly washing my hands now. Whereas before if I took a piss or shit, then I'd wash my hands, but otherwise I'd just not wash my hands.
I come home, wash my hands. I save someone, wash my hands. I need hand sanitizer now. I've
been carrying that around with me. But no, to be fair though, with me, so you know how yours is brought up to a normal level, mine's sort of been at that level anyways. So as soon as I get off the bus when I get home, first thing I do, wash my hands, because fucking the amount of germs that are on a bus. I catch the bus to most places, yeah, but the amount of germs that are on a bus, it's fucking crazy. I've seen videos and shit. Obviously I know the bit, but it's true because so many people get on a bus, all sorts of fucking people. You could have a homeless guy, you could have anybody, whatever. You don't know what people have got. So first thing I always do without fail. Also I always wear gloves and shit as well, usually on the bus, even if it's not the need to. I do that a lot of the times as well, just so then I don't have to touch the handles and shit with my actual hands. Always wash my hands as soon as I get off the bus, but I haven't done anything extra. I'm just fuck it, just wash them as many times as you need to, as normal, and that's fine. I don't feel if I safe I don't feel the need to wash unless you've told me I've gone for a piss, I haven't washed my hands, and you safe me. You told me that after, then I'll wash.
Elbows only now. It's not safe.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see what all the fuss is about, to be honest.
But I don't know. I don't want to get it and pass it on to someone and they die
Oh, yeah,
because
true,
like
for
the guilt I'd feel is mad.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying. I kind of want it as long as I don't affect anyone, don't die myself. Just
Well, my sister's a pharmacist, so I'm bound to get it eventually.
She's obviously
Just
talking
a matter
and
of
interacting with all these people.
So, I mean, I'm down.
My mate's dad works in intensive care.
Yeah.
And he's obviously going to get it because that's where everyone goes if they have it. So obviously, rip Sam.
Oh, is it Sam's dad? Oh.
Yeah, no, rip Sam. He's got diabetes too.
Has he,
Oh,
has he
shit.
actually got diabetes?
No, he doesn't. But
Oh, you're such a prick. I actually believed you as well. Oh, for God, yeah. God's sake.
He does.
No, he's a
He might
big-
as well.
He might as well.
He might as well.
No, because I still remember like when you were saying like you said Sam's a big boy, and I was like, okay, I'm
He
sure
saw the
he is.
photo.
And then it was on Sahil requested me on
Yeah, yeah.
Instagram, so I went on his Insta, and you were like, it's in one of those photos, and I had a look, and there's a bunch of people, and there's this like white guy who stands out, like
Boulder
it's like-
boy.
and then you were like, that's Sam. I was like, bullshit. And then there's another picture where it's just him and somebody else, and he looks like 3 times the size of the other guy, and I was like, well, mad.
Sahil is a skinny guy though, so that 3 times the size of Sahil's not like.
Oh,
Sahil's big now actually. I take that back. Sahil, sorry.
still.
Anyway, yeah, no. I'm just scared. I don't want to pass it on to anyone. I don't want anyone to like. I don't want anyone to know to get it because I don't want to be able to not see them.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'll be in isolation shit, and also like you said, the guilt.
Yeah, guilt. If
hell.
someone I pass on to someone, I'm fucking. That's
yeah,
like
'cause- yeah, exactly. So,
immeasurable.
exactly. So that's my sort of. As long as if I do get it, just obviously stay in isolation shit. But if if I get it, I pass it on to somebody. God, they regret.
I can isolate though. I know I can.
What do you think of all the theories though surrounding coronavirus?
Oh,
Okay, so this is where
Because
Oh,
I told Suki about one where it was like the China did it, like released it on purpose so that they could fuck up like the American economy.
I'm not gonna lie. The more I thought about it, the more like I sort of began to like think, like delve into it. Because so China and the USA obviously had like a trade war for like God knows how many years, but it like sort of peaked a couple months ago when the USA put tariffs on Chinese imports, and Chinese then retaliated and we'll put tariffs on the US goods and shit, and trying to fuck each other up basically. But then with this, China have like fucked over the Americans like economy and shit. So with oil as well, like because so the problem is sort of China sort of in a sense run America because China produce all these manufactured goods and they need oil and shit for that. The USA provide this oil and shit. Problem is now China's been like on lockdown for like 2 weeks, maybe slightly more.
no, 50
So
days. They're coming out.
is it
50,
50
days
okay, even
lockdown.
more. That's mad. So 50 days. So China's economy's been at sort of like a standstill. No production of all this stuff. No use of oil. Therefore, the US is like amount of exports of oil has gone down. So their economy is very fucked because of that. So a lot of people, like Umar said, that theory could make a lot of sense if you think about it. You know, the fact that the US could just basically just fuck over. The Chinese could just fuck over the US like that.
Yeah, but doesn't it?
The only problem with that theory, though, it hasn't just affected
America.
it's affected the whole world. So would China really like? Do they hate the US that much? They
Listen,
fuck themselves up.
Yeah, because like
and then
they
fuck the whole
fucked
world.
themselves up.
Yeah.
I've personally
it's
been
like-
affected by coronavirus. My iPhone is stuck in China. Well, was stuck in China because of coronavirus. Because Apple shut down their factories in China. You know, I'm a personal victim of coronavirus, and I deserve to be reimbursed.
Right.
With what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was expecting like a half price off my phone bill. They said they'd do like a discount if it didn't come in 2 weeks, but
Oh,
like
okay.
it's coming on Monday. They made sure it came on time, so I didn't get any free stuff. Also NBA, FIFA, not FIFA,
Oh yeah, yeah. God, you're obsessed
football,
with the-
NFL. Is NFL suspended? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm assuming, yeah. Every sport suspended,
Pretty much,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Keep golf up, you know. Gonna keep that
Shout
one.
Jack, shout out Jack.
Yeah, shout out Jack. Yeah, but all those sports suspended. Damn it, I feel like it's a big deal if they're suspending their sports because of this. Like biggest money making company, or some of the biggest money making companies in the world.
Yeah, for sure. The football as well, like the amount of revenue they get from like just one weekend of Premier League games is crazy.
Mad.
And then like, did you see as well what they're doing? So like Liverpool, and I'm trying to think who they played now, and they just didn't shake the other people's
Oh yeah, they just walked
hands.
past him.
Yeah, it was
And
just
they went on to play 90 minutes of contact football.
yeah, it's just retarded. Like some people are taking the piss as well. Like they saw Ronaldo, so they had to play in this. Juventus had to play Inter indoors, and then there were no fans, and obviously because played indoors, no fans allowed and whatever. So when he got off the coach, he just did that to like just air, and it's just like nice.
I feel like when people say they're not scared of it, I'm happy to not be scared of it. But if these big companies are, and they're like shutting down their events and stuff, and like I don't know if all these like higher powers are telling they're like are willing to lose money over coronavirus, I feel like it's definitely
Must be important. Yeah.
Like, what do I know? That's what do I know.
I mean, I don't know. It's just like it's just trying to minimize how many people get it more so than anything.
What if we
So
don't
obviously
find a
you're gonna
cure?
like shut down public gatherings unless you're a school like ours, who even though like we're in fucking assembly with like 1,000 of us
And all
right
like
next
sat,
to each
right,
other.
Yeah, exactly.
just won't shut it down. Well, I mean,
Do you reckon your school will be shut?
Our school's
I
quite
think it will be
retarded
shut.
with that. I think it will. In the
I think it
end.
will be shut.
See,
So like, you know, Millie,
Yeah.
I thought her plan was calm, where like rather than having the Easter holidays in like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
have the 2 weeks off starting this next week,
Yeah.
and then come back after the 2 weeks. So you've had 2 weeks to kind of like let shit like kind of play out, and then you don't lose any like school time because you're back.
And you still get
And
got those 2 weeks.
and you
holiday.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
and you still got enough time so we don't fuck up our
Nah,
exams.
the thing is, like, you could do that, but like that week of Easter is it's like mandatory to have off. And
We have
also-
2 weeks off.
We get 2 weeks.
Yeah, we get 2 weeks off.
No. So if you move that 2 weeks earlier, you
Yeah.
wouldn't have Easter off, and people would have already organised like holidays in that 2 weeks as well. Like it would mess up a lot of people's schedules. That's why they probably wouldn't bring it 2 weeks earlier. You know
I
what
mean, I guess, but like, regardless, exams are gonna move anyway.
Yeah.
Like
so
shit's gonna be rearranged anyway. So
I
it's
think we'll
like,
probably
why
end up
not
doing
just
the
get
summer.
ahead of it?
Summer, I reckon we'll end up doing them.
We'll probably
because
end up doing it in the
They
summer.
won't delay it by because some people are saying what they'll do is one person's like people have been just suggesting they'll just give you predicted grades. It's just, no, it wouldn't work like that. They
Nah.
won't do that for all these thousands and hundreds of thousands, whatever. People.
Especially because teachers gas like people up,
exactly
like just so they can get into uni, they
Are
give
you
them
sure?
like
Like,
A or B.
I feel like our college was told, like, I go to a college which is also a university, and they were told like we're probably going to be shut. So like they were told if we can't get the exams done by I think May, it's like the end of May, we're going to get our predicteds, or like not predicteds, but like what the teacher thinks you would have got. So that's not the same as our predicted, which it should be, but it's not.
No, but the only problem with that is like
Obviously,
so
it's
many
different. Some
majority, some majority of people can like let's say they're predicted. Okay, you could be predicted with B, but you get an A star in the actual exams. That's what you would get, but then because of this prediction thing, so I don't think that will happen. But then it's just like some people are saying, oh, would they delay everything by a year? Like, for example, the football, I think that's retarded. If you would do it with the exams, or it's retarded as well, but it's like a year sort of behind them. What would you do for that year where you have to wait to do your exams? So I think in the summer, they'll probably end up doing it. It's a reduced summer holiday, if that is the case.
Do you think
which
it's
is
like?
shit.
Do you think it's crazy? Because this is like the first
It's
like,
a
major
once
thing
in-
that
once in
we
a
did.
generation thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's mad how like it just happened. It seemed like it happened over like what, a week or
Because
two.
was it the last podcast episode we talked about this? We talked
did
about
talk
it
about
in,
it.
like we didn't
But it wasn't like
it
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like a whole thing. It was just like, oh, that's happening over there, whatever. And now like
Yeah, no.
schools are getting shut and shit.
That's me. Yeah, it was such a minor thing. There was like it was on the news and stuff, but people didn't really take much notice.
Do you guys think
now
schools should
Do you
be
want
shut?
something
Do
like that? What
you
was
guys
it?
think schools should be shut?
Yeah.
I 100% think they should. I don't
Because
know why
obviously it increases the spread, wasn't it? If someone's got it. And shit.
I feel like I had this argument with someone, and they were like, "Why would you shut the schools if schools are filled with kids and kids don't die from coronavirus?" But like, kids are families.
Spread, yeah.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
it's like
that's
they're-
retarded, logic.
Like even if I get it, like I said, I don't want to pass it on to anyone, and like having like especially like having like little children running around touching their faces, touching each other, it's gonna spread. And we need to like. The thing is, how do you cancel like nursery? How do the parents now like look after their kids?
Because they're gonna still need to like, work. Well, if they're still going to work and shit, how the hell? Yeah.
How do you cancel daycare?
They just have to, like you just have to be compensated for not being in
Yeah.
work. Like have you had the Zion? You know,
Yeah,
Zion Williamson?
Zion's just paid for.
He just paid for them. It have to be something like that.
So Zion Williamson, a basketball player, just
Yeah.
paid for all the Pelican staff's like salaries
for 30 days.
because they're not getting paid if they're not working. Basically,
And he's like a rookie who just came in.
So he's not even probably like.
He's not
Nah,
even like.
he's
got money.
No,
He's got a brand.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
got like a Nike deal for like
He is-
90 million or whatever.
Oh shit!
he's
But-
getting paid more than most regular NBA players.
That's really like good of him to.
Yeah, I
do
know.
that.
Yeah.
But
He
I
gets
don't-
more
I
out
don't-
of it.
Yeah.
He does get more out of it than
He gets
He
clout.
loses.
He gets a good bit.
That's
clout.
something with most, obviously, majority like regular people, they wouldn't be able to do shit like that. So I don't know. That's the thing. Is like so many little things from this all spiral from this one coronavirus.
one little bat in a fucking
Yeah,
soup.
it's just
Yeah.
God.
Who even eats bat soup?
Do you reckon it tastes nice?
Yeah,
it must
defo,
do.
Defo. They wouldn't. He wouldn't sell
What,
it.
like, why would you risk coronavirus if it wasn't peng?
Yeah.
Like 5-star gourmet.
Yeah,
So
no,
I don't know if it's 5-star, but it must be like you said. Like the only reason I must eat it is because it's nice. Because why else? Why the hell else do you think? You know what? I
Do you
want
remember
some bat
do you remember there was a bat in
assembly.
assembly?
Yeah.
A bat like in the middle of the day just flew into our assembly and was just flying about.
Didn't the assembly get like cancelled?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I like the head was trying to speak. I'm pretty sure, and then it's just flying around and people are like, and all
Where
that
do
sort of
bats come
shit.
from? I only know bats from Batman. They're just in caves, isn't it? And Minecraft, they're in Minecraft caves.
I remember seeing a bunch in Turkey when I went.
Where
I've never
like,
seen a bat.
Just about
Oh.
whenever you went out like during the night, there'd just be bats about.
Bats scare me, and so do squirrels.
squirrels.
Squirrels,
Yeah, squirrels. I don't like squirrels.
What
They're-
about
they're
them?
too
scared
rapid
you?
and shit.
and they're always on missions. Like they're always just scurrying about.
sorry,
doing
yeah, yeah.
No,
I know.
what was it? It was Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Scared the fuck out of me. What was her name? Violet? Is it Violet?
Violet, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Violet. No, Violet's the bubblegum woman.
Hey, which one are you on about? Sorry.
Does she have a-
It's the spoilt kid.
Oh, Augustus Gloop.
No,
that he's a fat
There's
chocolate
the
one.
fat
No.
They're all
shit.
spoiled in a way,
Yeah,
but
that's
this
the
one,
thing, yeah.
this one's sole purpose is like her dad buys her everything. Anyway, she gets taken away by squirrels. I didn't like that. That scarred me as a kid. No, because they literally like they all get like they would take her into a little hole. You never see her.
Yeah, it's just like a fucking huge hole. Like she could just die.
Yeah,
You could
no,
just
we don't.
throw her in there. And she
Obviously,
just died.
the squirrels probably eat her or something. And then obviously, Ice Age. Yeah, that squirrel caused so many problems.
Okay, yeah, true.
That
The
squirrel.
one-
No.
the one from Ice Age was just jokes. So,
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't fuck with squirrels. But bats are scary too because they're like. I don't like how that their wings are like very thin. You can actually like if you shine a light through their wing, you see
You
through.
see,
Like,
yeah.
oh, it's like they're like, oh, don't touch me. And they cause coronaviruses somehow.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
Or did they?
What?
Or did they?
Or did they?
Or did they?
Have you heard the theories that like black Twitter is promoting where it's like, oh, black people aren't affected by the
I'm sorry, what?
coronavirus?
No, I've never seen
No.
that.
You've
never
Who
seen
might
that,
be
fam.
racist.
No.
Nah, not even, fam. Bro, I'm telling you on Twitter, people have been saying, oh, it doesn't affect black people.
I mean, I haven't seen a black
It
person
doesn't-
with
I mean-
coronavirus yet.
Have
so-
any black
But to be
celebrities
fair-
been diagnosed?
I
Yeah,
only
yeah,
know-
yeah, yeah.
I only
Okay,
saw-
basketball players, yeah.
Other than Tom Hanks and like the NBA players.
I think their argument is more so it's not as effective in warm climates.
Hudson Odoi.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
sorry,
man's
yeah,
black.
yeah.
He's a footballer.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, so like in India
Yeah.
or in Pakistan,
Why'd you look at Sukhraj in India? That's racist.
'Cause
You
he's
just
Indian and I'm
assumed- you
Pakistani.
just assumed he was Indian.
Shut up.
But yeah, yeah. Apparently, it's just not as popping over there.
Nah.
I swear, I
Nah,
swear,
nah,
I
nah, nah,
swear,
nah,
I
No,
swear,
saw
I
that.
swear.
Yeah, my grandparents watching the news, the Indian like Sikh channel or whatever it was, and they were saying how there was one case. Is what they were talking about, just one.
I don't know whether that's because,
Nah, maybe that's just one reported case.
but that's what I mean. I don't know whether it's because it's
That's-
reported or because there's actually like significance to warmer climates.
The only discriminatory thing coronavirus has is like age, because like the younger you are, the thing in your lungs that it attaches to isn't built up in your lung when you're young. When you're older, it is.
Oh,
That's why there's like such a steep like increase of like death the older you get.
shit.
So I didn't know there was like a thing about racism too now. Why are they being like? Why would being from a harsh like?
I don't
why
know if
would
it's race. I just think it's warmer climates.
No, the only
That people
racism,
are
like
arguing.
racist stuff was like when it first sort of became big, I suppose. Was like a bunch of Chinese. Like, if you look, if you're Oriental, when
No, I
you're
meant
Chinese,
like, as in, why is
they
there a
got
virus
beat the
being?
shit out. Oh,
racist?
okay. I was on about the actual like
No,
thing. Honestly, I saw some things on like the news and Twitter and shit, and like there was this guy, a student, he was in London. He was just walking back, and then some like 3 guys just beat the shit out of him for no reason, and they said, "Take your virus with you back to your own country or whatever."
Good on him.
This no, shut up. This guy's he's from this country, so he's studying whatever, and he was like being fucking black and blue, and then he's like, because they were like, we don't want you and your virus.
Wasn't he
here.
Malaysian? Like he wasn't.
Yeah, he was exactly. He wasn't even Chinese.
Hey, wait, I don't know who asked this, but I think might have saw it on Twitter or something.
Yeah,
So more racism to Chinese people now
yeah.
or brown people at 2001?
Since 2001.
In 2001.
I like a good
After
race war.
9/11.
I like a good race war.
We love a race war.
We love a race war.
See, look, I wasn't alive. Well, I was alive, but I
You were
was
like a year old.
Nah,
But my mum said like the world felt different after 2001.
yeah, I feel like 2001 was like had more clout.
Okay,
It had way more
turning
clout.
point.
Like it changed the way
9/11
airports work.
changed the way
Oh.
people look towards anyone.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Brown.
it doesn't matter what you are. Like, people first had this thing was like, oh, it's just like to Muslims because I think the bombers happen to be Muslim, but it's not. It's to everybody. Like, I saw this thing where this
Isn't
guy-
it with
Sikhs as well, yeah. For example, like at the airport. So this has only been for like the last 5 years. I've noticed this. Whenever I've gone on holiday, before it was
actually
fine.
terrible.
Oh yeah, but they're like they don't just feel it up and shit, and they're like, it's like you know, like fucking when you make clay. It's like that. That's what they're doing, and I'm like, can you mind like this this what like the fact is as well. I was going to like Barcelona or something. We were leaving there, I think, and I'm all right at Spanish. Yeah, I got a whatever at GCSE at a 7, but like I understand a decent amount. And there's some stuff. I swear she said the word terrorist. I'm sure I heard that. And I just think when she's just feeling it up, and something like that.
Sue
it's
that
just-
whoever it is.
some
That's money.
random
That's free
Spanish
money.
shit,
That's
but-
your money.
I don't know, but it's just like the amount of times I've seen people like, well, now they do things like that, and or they say like, oh, you could be hiding, stuff in your turban. I'm like, it's just hair.
See, like,
But-
you're saying like like an event in 2001 is still causing
Yeah.
racist effects in 2020. I don't think like in a year's time this disappear or not disappears. Like we forget about this again. Basically,
yeah.
we don't care about.
I think so. Yeah, I feel like imagine if social media was popping in 2001.
Yeah, no, it'd be
It'd be
different
crazy.
gravy.
It'd be
Amount of
crazy.
abuse like brown people would get. Honestly, that's
No,
Remember that the memes, fam.
Oh,
The memes would be
okay.
crazy.
you're not wrong.
do you know what I just realised?
Mm.
We haven't had a white guest on the podcast yet.
Have you
Correct me
not?
if I'm wrong. Eddie's not white.
He's half.
You might
Eddie's
have seen Eddie.
half.
Okay.
He's not.
half. Okay.
That's mad.
We've been quite.
We're changing the game.
Yeah, no, we need a white guest one day. We need to hear a different point of view. We need to hear the racist view.
Yes.
The attack.
Accused of being a
the
racist.
attacker. I mean,
I feel like Asians are a decent amount, racist though.
deaf 100%.
100%.
100%.
But like it's cute when we do it.
Unnamed family member that me and Sukhraj nodding
Yeah.
right in our head right now.
Yeah.
Just
No comment. No comment.
no comment.
Let's just call him like Uncle A. Let's call him that or something.
Oh yeah,
I
for
don't
those
know.
that don't know, yeah, these two are cousins,
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we
blood
just call
related.
yeah.
It's really 'cause
blood
of
related.
Okay. So,
Not even.
No,
But,
but
like,
it's
hey,
just we just
oh,
go
share
along
the
with-
same
yeah, exactly.
blood.
Fact is, like the cousin who links us together, I probably still talk to Raj.
I
more
talk to him more than I talk to
than
the
you know.
cousin.
Than
Yeah.
Here's a question.
Go on.
Because Rajan keeps saying this, and I'm always confused by it.
Yeah.
Is Rajan Indian?
Okay. Okay.
Sukhraj, don't let me down.
So wait.
Don't let me down.
Correct
Because
me if I'm
I
wrong.
just want to be informed.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Your dad,
Yeah.
because I know Jeevan's granddad, who's your dad's older brother. I know that he was born in.
He was born in India, I think.
Was he born in India? thought he
I
was born
think
in
I think he was the only one. And then
Okay,
the
but I
middle
know
one.
they grew up in. Was it
Kenya.
Kenya, yeah. Because I can't remember. I had a conversation with him once, and we were at their house, and they had some like tables or something. He was talking about when he built them or whatever.
He builds.
So-
It's his thing. He
Yeah,
builds
from-
tables.
Well, no, he does a lot of
My tables from
No,
him
he
too,
does a
like-
lot of shit. But anyways, so he said he was from Kenya, and they grew up in Kenya and that sort of stuff. So
Kisumu, Kenya. Kisumu. I don't know where it's never each. West Kenya, I think.
okay, so your
Gang.
dad was born in Kenya. Yep.
Yep.
Your mum wasn't though, was she?
Yeah.
Your mum was as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know
Nairobi.
that. That's
Out
the thing, I don't know
here.
because you're.
Everyone in my mom's family. Everyone like my mom, my grandma.
Yeah.
I think my grandma. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, because I know two of my cousins watch this.
Yeah.
Her two brothers,
Yep.
but not her youngest sister. Her youngest sister was born here. They were all born in Kenya, I think.
So how is it? Because like, you're.
So you are Kenyan.
That's what I would say.
But
like,
but
but
I still
That's
call.
what
I
I'm-
still call him like if you
Obviously,
gave,
if you go back a day,
the
yeah.
India, yeah, but that's what I'd say.
Indian.
I'd still like.
yeah.
I don't know. I'd
But-
still call him Indian. I don't know.
Yeah, because I
That's
call
the
him
thing.
Indian.
nationality, yeah, probably Kenyan. Ethnicity, probably probably
Indian.
Indian.
Indian. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But then
okay.
again, like I didn't notice this, but like a lot of the words we use, like a lot of the Punjabi like that's spoken in our house, not in our house, but in our like family, is like a Kenyan version of it. It's not like you couldn't say these same words. I want to give you an example, but I couldn't off the top of my head. I'll send Sukhraj a list. He'll confirm. I'll get back to you next podcast episode, people. But like, no, there was like a lot of Kenyan shit in our family, but no one believes me because I'm brown. Yeah, no, it's racism.
No, I so you're both your parents were born. I knew your dad was for sure, but I didn't know your mum was. But okay, but like you said, ethnicity wise, you are Indian.
100% ethnicity wise.
I was gonna say.
I don't cook like I don't know what Kenyans eat, but like I don't cook like Kenyan food. I eat Indian chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so yeah,
it is like it's completely
nationality. Me and who's Kenyan? I don't know who's Kenyan.
I don't know
me
either.
and Wanyama, Victor Wanyama, boys.
of all the players you could have picked.
Who's Kenyan? Name me a Kenyan footballer.
Off the top of my head,
There was one who played for Inter Milan and he won a treble with them, but he wasn't that good.
Asamoah.
No.
Oh wait, no, he's Ghanaian, isn't he?
He's gone.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
named the first black player who
Shut
played for
up, shut
Inter
up.
Milan.
Wait, I'll think about it. Kenyan Inter Milan.
I can Google it. The camera's not on me, so they won't know I'm googling it.
Go on.
Except just maybe said it.
I'm trying to think. Kenyan player.
It wasn't. It was 2010ish. Kenyan
Yeah, so it'd be under Jose.
Inter Milan player.
Um,
I've googled it before. It's in my history. McDonald Mariga.
How do you spell his last name?
Mariga.
IGA. Okay, fair enough.
He's born in Nairobi, Kenya, 1987.
Okay.
He won a treble. Like, if you win a treble, like, you're different levels above people if you win a treble.
Yeah, I'll agree
He's
with
like
that.
Bill Russell compared to like MJ. Like, Bill Russell has like 11.
I know who Michael Jordan is, but I don't know who Bill Russell is. So.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah, but you don't know who this guy is. But he's a baller. He's won a treble.
Did he actually do anything though?
Yeah,
As in
he
his-
was the first Kenyan player to play in a Champions League match. In a Champions League, wait, let me.
No, I mean
why,
like
why do you gun so much for Kenyans?
yeah.
because like I don't know, it's cool to pretend I'm from there. Because like there's no Indian football. There's like that one who scores all those goals, but that's it.
No, there's one who plays for Bayern Munich now. First of like a.
Oh yeah, no, but he's Australian.
He's start- no,
he's Australian, like Indian. I mean,
Okay,
like,
so okay, fair enough then. But there was one, the one you were on about before, who bangs in all the goals, called Sunil Chetri.
yeah, him.
Now the thing is with
his
him,
goals don't count. They don't count. He
okay,
plays farmers
no,
football.
no, because apparently I thought he was. Because basically, I looked up about him a couple of years ago, and he played for. So when Cristiano Ronaldo apparently was at Sporting Lisbon before he went to Man U, this guy was there, and I thought, okay, that guy he played with Ronaldo. But then what I didn't read was he played for the B team. So Ronaldo was in the A team doing whatever, and then he got transferred. This guy was in the fucking B team, and I thought, you know what, fair enough. This guy, but that's shit.
Nah, but he has made a name for himself. Like
For
last
sure,
season,
if you ask people like. Name me an Indian football player. He's unless you say Singh or something like that.
There's that Singh who plays for the Norway team, and like if you play FIFA, you know his name is just his last name's Singh. He's from Norway. He's got a silver card. He's centre mid. I bought him last year. Remember, I was really proud of him. he was my guy. Anyway, yeah, no, but I'm Kenyan people. That's the moral of this story. That's it.
I don't think there's ever been like an Indian basketball player, like ever. Like, well, an NBA player.
The great Carly could have played basketball.
Why?
You
No,
reckon?
I'm sorry.
Yao Ming
Probably.
versus great Carly. That was
his mobility though. You see how
yeah. Have you seen Yao Ming run? Yao Ming runs with like he doesn't run. That's the thing. He walks like you know Yao Ming is the 7 foot. He's the Chinese
like the
man.
Chinese 7 footer.
Nah, he's more, I think
That,
he's
like,
7'2" or something. I got some basketball related news to talk about after
Like
this.
bred him.
They made it. Was it the tallest woman and the tallest man had a kid?
Yeah.
They forced him to have a kid.
And then
Yao Ming was born.
happened.
Mad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
History was made.
And how tall is he?
7'2" or something.
Yeah,
think-
Carly was that as well, wasn't he?
Something crazy.
Carly's 7'2".
He was yeah, because
Easily.
you had
he would step over the ropes as if it was
what
like
was the
a
other
step.
Jesus.
who's that? Like the really like he's tall
I mean,
as
to
well, but fat
Yeah.
guy I used to watch back in the day. There's another guy who's like 7 foot, but
The
he was
Big Show?
fat. It's a Big Show, that's the one.
My man.
He was like that guy. He was 7 foot dead on, but he was 530 pounds at one point or something. Just that's fucking crazy. And now, like, because he was on Good Morning
Almost
Britain.
triple my weight.
No, it's the thing is he was on Good Morning Britain a couple months ago, and it's like more than half of him's gone. He weighs like 360 pounds now, still 7 foot obviously, but he's got like a 6-pack and shit, which is just mad. Like he lost that much weight and shit. Yeah, Big Show with a
I've got some
six-pack.
corrections in our
But,
measurements.
Oh wait, what?
Greg
one?
Garley's 7'1".
Oh, okay.
Yao Ming is 7'6".
7'6".
Yeah, no, my man was huge, and he was a really good. He was a good shooter as well. Like, he wasn't Shaq.
Oh, he was wet.
Wet. He had his shot was wet.
Greens every time.
No, here's an NBA related story. All right. So yesterday, the boys are back from uni. Decided to play NBA. So do you know when someone's new to a game and you're just showing them the ropes?
Yeah.
So showed him the ropes, about 4 or 5 games. 5th game happens, he beats me. 6th game happens, he beats me. Why have I just created someone better than me?
Yeah.
What's happened here?
Yeah.
No, I'm actually so hurt now. Now I've got to become good at NBA for some reason. It's not fun at all.
I started playing 2K20 yesterday.
It's fun. It is fun, but I know when you're losing,
I've only been playing my career though.
I had a 90 rated build.
Yeah.
Now I've got another 74 rated on the way.
Okay.
And I just play loads. I play loads of modes that aren't my career, so I have loads of EC. So I've got a 95 rated dribbling, 95 dribbling,
Yeah.
90 mid range, awful at everything else build. If you know about 2K, you know that's whack. You know you shouldn't have that build. But me, I can run and just do a Kobe fadeaway out of anywhere just because my guy is built different. But NBA's, I don't like the game anymore because I made someone better than me. It's not fun.
I've only played it twice. I think it was at Umar's. He was like, "Do you want to play?" And I was sure. And then I was just playing it like it was FIFA.
It's not. Yeah, you can't do that.
But you can't. Yeah. And then the second
Did
game.
he teach you how to play?
Yeah, he did. He did. But
You
I was
didn't
just
become better.
no. I became better the second game when
Okay.
because the first game was sort of I was just learning as I go on, and then I was like, okay, this is just I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But it was actually quite fun. Can't lie. But I've never been into basketball the same as football. But occasionally. On BT Sport especially, let's say there's no football on and I'm just bored, I want to watch something, I might watch a bit of basketball. I don't know half the teams and shit like that, but it's actually quite fun to watch.
Yeah, no.
So, I don't know.
Umar, I was talking to Umar about basketball, and I said he said come play basketball with us in the summer. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna destroy you guys. Obviously, I've never played basketball ever.
You think you would destroy me?
No.
I'd destroy him. Just listen. And he was like, you probably couldn't even hit a jump shot. So I was like, fuck, is he right? And he was like, and I was like, nah, I could probably do it. So I bought a basketball. I've been practicing. Been putting in the hours, Kobe style. Yeah, Mamba mentality. I get the ball, dribble, practice my jump shot. It won't go in. Yeah, I'm had to make my own makeshift net and all that because I don't have a net yet.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm still not getting it in the makeshift net. It's quite big as well. Well, what I did, I just got a hula hoop, put it on my. I'm like
a hula hoop.
Yeah,
like a big hula hoop.
It wasn't a big one.
You can't get it. That's
listen, I'm new to it. Yeah,
Okay,
still. Just let me get.
Alright.
I'm trying to practice my dribble moves. I'm gonna cross Umar up in it summer. It'll be a video in the summer. Allen Iverson. I'm gonna hold the ball here. He's gonna reach. Like this.
I'll happily watch this.
Yeah,
happily, this is
gonna destroy Umar. But yeah,
I do miss that. Year 11 when we used to play.
basketball. Yeah.
We used to at break time and lunchtime.
You have nets.
We had one net on the playground, so everyone would just camp there and play. Not everyone. Well, they'd either sit by the side and chill, or they'd be playing. And it was so sick. I still miss those days.
No, what it's taught me though is I'm not cut out for doing a sport. Yeah. I'm getting tired just me dribbling the ball around my garden. My garden's not big as us. I'm just running up and down, just practicing the ball, bouncing the ball. It's not fun.
Yeah.
I want to get good though. I do actually want to get good at basketball. So I'm getting into it now.
That's good.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So, Coach, what have you been up to? Yeah.
Yeah. What have you?
Because
what?
I swear every week there's a random hidden, including with me, there's a random hidden motive that you can go into. Yeah. I know. I know you went to a party yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay. So yesterday's party.
Who went?
Okay. So it was. Okay. So I'll tell you what. So basically, it was. So one of Reese's friends was having one, and Reese, I don't know. Can I bring some? His friend said you can only bring a couple.
Yeah.
Mates. So it was me, Eddie, Shaquille, and Chris. And then because it was a guy from Camp Hill.
Wow. So you didn't invite anyone else.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not anyway, Danny goes Camp Hill as well. Jack's girl.
Yeah.
So she came and Jack was with her. So that's who went. I think I said other names, but yeah.
I'm calm with that, but
yeah.
It was kept on the down low.
That's I didn't even know this.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't check the chat. You don't check the chat for anything.
No, but
if I checked the chat, would I knew?
Huh?
Would I have known if I checked the
Oh
chat?
no, but I'm saying
Yeah,
you don't
no,
check the
yeah.
chat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could have just been like, "Oh, by the way, we're doing this" or whatever.
But it wasn't my like thing to say, and also like the fact is, if I was like, oh yeah, we're going to this, you know, and then everybody's like, oh okay, sort of that thing. It's sort of the fact as well. I don't want anybody to get sad, but then people get sad afterward. So there's no, especially with me, there's no winning. So even if it's something I've said, like, oh guys, I'm going to the library today, and then people, say, thanks for inviting me.
No, because obviously the safe for the invite,
Say-
Sukhraj. That's
say
a
for the
meme.
invite, That's a meme. We say that
No, but
every day.
even then, sometimes like if I've said I'm doing something, and then some people still get sad, and then I think, okay, sometimes you know what, I'm not gonna say, and I'll just do it, and then it's fine. And then if somebody finds out, and then they still, because with me, there's no winning. I can like do the most right thing, or the most right. I would either still get just as
You still get the same backlash.
exactly. So that's why I don't know. Half the times I'm like, okay, do it. I don't know, and it's like, no.
You know what hurt me? That one time I got my hair cut. I was coming out there, the
Yeah.
barber. Just walking home. See a Bade.
Yeah.
Bade sees me. He's like, hello, Bade. I say, what are you doing? He's
Yeah.
like, meet Sukhraj. It's like, oh, really? Say for the invite, Sukhraj.
Yeah. I was just meeting up with a friend. That's all. So like, I haven't seen him since his birthday thing.
When
And
was that?
I was going
like
to
a week before
No,
the
2 weeks
event.
To
No.
be fair though, if it's like, oh, I'm just meeting up with a friend,
That's
it's not that deep. It's if it's like a group thing, so like a subsection.
But
of
like
a
that-
group.
but-
With bowling.
That was the 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing Bates and just like, how you doing and stuff, and he was like, he's like, I'm alright. Do you want to meet up or some shit? Because his phone broke as well. His success. So I couldn't. Nobody. That's why he's not on WhatsApp or anything like that. So he's speaking through like I think he went through his laptop or some shit. Oh, sorry, through his laptop or something. And I was like, well, do you want to just meet up and stuff? And then also as well, it was like I realized, because if I meet him up in Solihull in Touchwood, they have the John Lewis there, don't they?
Oh.
And then my discount was supposedly ending that Sunday. So I thought,
Okay,
if I
true,
kill
true.
two birds with one stone, so meet up with a friend, great. And then after, he has to go, if I go to John Lewis, because they had some sort of sale on as well. So I thought if I just use my discount on a bunch of shit. Problem was, when I got there, it was all the nice stuff they had was like, so I'm like a size small for most things, and maybe like a medium for like football shirts or something like that. And all they had was sales in
You're
like
bigger
large.
in football shirts.
Yeah. And like large, as in I wear medium football shirts and they fit comfy, whereas I wear small, it's just tight. But like the fact is, all the shit had because I've been like getting.
Yo, he's been going gym, fam.
No.
So he's been going it, fam.
Dude.
You
'cause
should see him. You should
Like,
see him.
Speaking of gym, wait, just quickly get this out there. Anyone going gym because of coronavirus? I'm not going gym because of coronavirus. That's my excuse.
Okay,
Also go-
yeah.
like,
Yeah, I'm
we
just
go
asking, is
school, well,
anyone-
I go school gym, so Zuma.
So you guys not scared of coronavirus?
If it happens, it happens,
Yeah,
fam.
exactly. It's sort of like delaying the
it's inevitable.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about getting it.
See, I can't. Low key, I want it as long as I don't pass it on to anyone and don't die. You know. But,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to. Obviously, I can't guarantee that, so I don't want it. Anyway, go back to you. Sorry.
What was I even on?
You were in John Lewis. You meet.
Yeah, I
you
went there and then fucking all the stuff they had on sale was like large or extra large, and there was such nice like stuff as well. And they had like £80 like fucking designer t-shirts, shit like that, reduced to like a tenner. Problem is, fucking, it's like it was like wearing a dress or something.
Why don't you buy it and sell it? That's the
No.
entrepreneur move.
No, but the only thing as well, some of the stuff, it's like there
Was
was
it
this-
ugly?
It was like it was good for the price, but then like when you think about it, like maybe there's a reason that's reduced to clear sort of thing. Not just the fact that it might be not the latest fashion or whatever. But I didn't get anything. I don't think I got anything from there in the end. Trying to think. I don't think I did, but I went there to have a look. But yeah,
So moral of the story: you went to John Lewis, snake out your boys, didn't invite anyone.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
No, because I'm saying if it's a one-on-one date,
yeah, because
like if you have
What
a
about mini
cute
golf?
little date,
But
it's
like,
fine.
Bring it back to
peop-
mini golf.
which one?
Facts.
Okay,
Facts.
Sukhraj went mini golf. Didn't tell any of the boys, but he went with a group of boys.
that was like a last minute sort of thing.
Was it
wasn't-
was it if it was last minute? Yeah, for you, it still would have been last minute for us.
Well,
Exactly.
I don't know.
You got the
I can't
message
remember
saying
that
come
one.
mini golf. Could you send the message back to us? Come mini golf. Tell me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, you're not
Say
wrong.
make your own way.
But
Look, people are gonna be here. I would have came. But, like, I would have came.
you wouldn't know. You'd be busy playing Xbox.
I low key, I regret not going Jack's birthday.
Yeah, but other people as well, like Anjum, for example, he uninstalled WhatsApp for like a month or two.
Did he make it there?
No, he didn't know. He didn't see the message.
Oh,
So
okay.
he was like, because he reinstalled it, and then he got all the messages obviously after. He was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was like last weekend. Or he should. I was like, oh, I uninstalled WhatsApp because I messaged, like, he was added to the group. I messaged him as
Oh,
well.
so you could have just added us to the group? Is that what you're saying?
Everybody was added to that group. Jack's birthday at Farrell's.
Oh, okay, my
yeah.
bad.
And then I added him to that and everything, and messaged him. Was like, are you gonna reply or whatever? And then what happened is he didn't turn up. But with Anjum, you don't know if you're gonna turn up or not.
Have I met Anjum?
But nah, yeah, have you met him? I'm trying to think. Chris's thing. I'm sure you met him. You know, Chris's meal at Jimmy's.
Yeah,
Slices.
but like, was he there?
Yeah.
I would have met him then.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he was. Actually, was he? No,
Was
he
he
didn't. No,
there?
he
I
wasn't
don't
there.
think
He
he
wasn't
was
there.
there.
No, I just
He
realised.
wasn't there.
Nah, he came to.
I was
Akbar's.
with Umar that day. I was
Nah,
with,
he
on
came
my side of the
for-
table. Umar, Nick, Shaquille.
Yeah, nah, he came to Akbar's. I think.
Yeah.
That was it. But that's the thing. Like, he didn't, but he regretted that, and he said to me, "He's like, oh shit, if I hadn't like uninstalled it, then he said I've."
So if you invited him, you would have came. Is that
I
what you're
did
saying?
invite
So
him,
if
shut
you
up.
messaged him.
No, it was his. He uninstalled. I didn't know because it's still like sent, and then I was like,
It wasn't
okay.
delivered though.
Yeah, and then
wasn't
next
delivered
thing you know,
surprise.
You would have got
maybe-
told that. You'd have got. It would have said not delivered.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't check that, did I? So
You didn't check.
half my fault, I suppose. But that's the thing. But then like he told me after he regretted it, and he was like, oh, I wish I had come. But
Very
you
snaky,
know,
Sukhraj.
my
Very snaky.
apologies.
I'm not
but,
gonna lie.
yeah, I don't know.
What are you guys doing about A levels then? Are you guys going to take a break from revising?
No.
You don't, because it's no like confirmation.
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
You know, until it's there in black and white saying, look, exams have been moved to then or something like that. Then you can sort of say, okay, you know what, I'll give myself a week off or something like that, or something like that.
Even then, it's a W regardless if you revise.
You
Because
got more
if
time.
Corona fucks up the exams,
Mm.
the grade boundaries are going to be dumb low.
Yeah.
So either way, like, it's a win-win
Mm.
if
And-
we're still like steadily revising.
And the fact is as well, you'll have all that extra time to revise. As long as you use it in the right way, like you said, it's like a win-win sort of thing.
Are you guys calm with getting your predicted if it came to it?
I mean,
I'm not calm with that.
mine would get
'Cause
me.
so my predicted is AAA, but I want to go to UOB and the offer's A-star AA. So if I get my predicteds, I wouldn't get in. Unless they're like, oh, okay, you got your predicteds, but you may have, blah, blah, blah.
What about you? You calm with
For
it?
me, I'd get into all the unis, but I still want to like.
There's that doubt.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
like,
it's just like,
do I
could I have done like better in that? Maybe it's like
if you, if
Low-key.
you, because like we're the types to like care about that shit.
yeah, it's like economics. If I got an A because of my predicted, I'd be like great, but I'd be like, I could push for that A star, if I did the exam. So like even like last year, our teacher, he's left now. He's called Mr. Chamberlain, absolute legend.
Rest in peace.
He was
Mr.
saying,
Chamberlain.
no, he's not dead. He left the school.
He
he left.
Praise
he
up,
left the
praise up.
fucking- No, he left the school because he's a businessman and he's got like companies all around the world and stuff, Bulgaria, you name it, all that sort of crap. Anyways, he left. He was talking to me quite a few times. I had chats and stuff, and he said the thing that he was annoyed with me. He said, I look at like, let's say we did like an essay or something, or one of the homeworks where we had to do an essay. He was like, okay, this is a 25 marker, like your 20 marks, out of the 25 or whatever, something like that. Like you need to put. He said, I know you can do that, sort of push it to get that sort of A star, get those extra 5 marks and shit. That's why I would, like you said, it pissed me off.
I wish I got my predicted. That's what.
What were your predicteds?
So like, if you took my end of first year
Yeah,
and then didn't like count the mocks,
yeah.
like the January mocks of like my second year, probably would have got like A star B, and an A maybe.
Really?
But like that was because we were like cheating on our end of year.
Oh,
one
right,
tests.
yeah.
Like if I was offered like predicted, honestly, I would be so
Yeah,
gassed.
yeah.
Like we would be
Oh,
we would have been at uni. Like we would have been at uni of uni. Oh, just I don't understand. Like I mean, you said you want to go UOB, but your predicted, like, would you be able to go to your uni of choice with your predicted?
So yeah, AAB is my thingy predicted. So I got rejected by Leeds, which is my first choice, which is 3 A's. But apparently they're quite lenient in that sort of respect. But because I got rejected, I don't know how that would work. But Liverpool, which is my second choice,
You got
which I want to
Liverpool.
go. So I'd get in there fine. So because they've got a year in industry as well, and that's so important. Like I don't think, because I've spoken to so many people, even like one of my uncles, who's like quite, like say like well up in like the business sort of world. Well, not so now.
Flex on us,
Yeah, trust me.
It's not no, but he is, and so is his brother. But this guy he's retired now, and he's only like early 40s, I think. But he can retire. That's the thing, because he's
okay. So
no,
Sukhraj, get it.
No,
Sukhraj,
we get it. You're rich.
no,
We get
this
it.
man. Anyways, he was telling me like his company he worked for, which was Goldman Sachs, which is one of the biggest like investment banks in the world. Like multi-billion. Anyway,
one of the biggest.
Anyways,
Multi-billion.
Multi-billion.
or maybe I don't know how it's very
Not the M,
rich.
the B.
But he said to me,
multi-billion.
he said I'd rather take somebody. So if I had to like hire somebody for something, and you gave me somebody who got whatever degree or something like that, or another degree, same degree, but another guy's got a year in industry, he'd take that person with a heartbeat. Or even if they've done like, let's say they got a 2-1, that guy got a first, the 2-1 guy had a whole year at some sort of firm or bank or whatever, he'd take them in an instant. So that's why Liverpool as well. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
Big of Liverpool.
No, because Liverpool.
You could squad it over with Rajan.
Well, there you go.
Is Reece going as well?
No, I don't think so.
Reece's
Oh my
sister.
God.
Oh!
What is wrong with
Let's
me?
go. What do you mean, what's wrong with me?
No, because so Reece has got Leicester and he's waiting for Liverpool. So I'm not sure for him, but he just
I'm coming for that last name, Reece. I'm going to change it.
Like,
It's
mad.
Rajan Ishmael.
Mad.
Like,
Mad.
but yeah, so like Leeds, that was just economics and finance, whereas Liverpool, I have that year in industry. So maybe, like I said, it's a blessing in disguise, because that year could be big. I've even spoken to on those like webinar things as well, with like students and shit like that.
You actually do that shit.
What?
Are you those students?
Yeah, it's me.
I
Yeah.
got sent one of those things, and then it was just like a chat thing, and they just put, I got
Do you
any
have your face?
questions.
I bet you had a webcam in it as well.
No webcam, no, it was a message thingy, and they were just talking about it. And this guy did it at Deloitte, and he was talking about that and stuff. So that's what I mean. So, like I said, it might be worth it in the end going there instead. But
Is everything okay, Sukhraj?
what do
Yeah,
you
I don't
mean?
think anything's okay. It sounds like he's got a
No,
cough.
because
Sounds like
I've just been wondering, because from what I've heard,
Yeah.
from what I've seen, it feels like even in just A levels in general, with
Yeah.
like how the mocks went and everything,
Yeah.
you haven't been like, not to do like a whole like intervention thing,
Yeah.
but I am just wondering, like, is everything cool?
I have
Yeah,
no idea
it's
where
just-
this is going, by the
I've
way.
gone through the
He's setting up for a
papers
joke.
and
Come
stuff.
on.
No, I'm not. Not even. No,
I-
not even. I'm just like
I
genuinely
went
curious.
through
Like, what's the...
for me, it actually, like, I realised a lot about them. So let's say economics, for example. So economics went shit for everybody, and I've already told you this, but there's this girl, Rajan, in our year. No, nothing like that.
Put the phone down.
No. She's in my class, and I've known her since like primary school, but like she's a friend.
Is this Aman?
No,
Is that
no, this is some other girl in my class. Anyways, she's like the best in economics. No.
Oh, they're that close?
No.
You might say that.
No.
Do
Anyways,
they house party in like a private room together?
no.
You might say that.
No,
You
I
might
don't
say
know if
that.
she
I
has
might
parts.
say that.
But anyways, back to the cut the crap. Back to the story. So she's the best at economics in our whole year. Yep, and she gets shut up economics. Is what I said.
Did you get like private one-to-one tuition?
No. She's been getting like A stars in like fucking every single test we've done since the start of lower six, which is mental to me. She came after, and she shut up. She speaks really, like she's like, you wouldn't hear her swear or anything. I've never heard her swear or anything like that. I've known her since like year 5, and she's never sworn or anything. And she came out of that and she said, "Sukhraj, I think that was the most AIDS paper I've done." And I was like, what the hell? And then she got a B, which is just like fucking nuts to me. I got a D, which is 48%. Yeah, and the fact is, I didn't even like. I was sort of like in the. You had people, so no, I'm not trying to bait anybody out here, but I know people, yeah, who you know as well, and they got
Race.
no
Eddie.
economics.
I don't know who this
Anyways,
Eddie. It's Eddie, isn't it?
No, no, people.
Eddie.
I said people.
He gave me your throat.
No, I said people.
Be multiple.
Anyways, they got E's as well.
So
It was
Eddie
like-
can't eat.
No,
Evil Eddie.
No.
Oh, it's over,
Nah, you-
Eddie.
nah, you
Exposed.
can't do that.
No,
we're cutting this out. We're cutting this out.
You cut this out. Anyways, but like it was that fucked, that paper, and then reading, like when I went through it, so like I went to the teacher and he got through the paper. He said, "Look, So first section, so like, you know, remember paper 3 for economics, you have like section A, then you have like a 25 marker, section B, a small one, and then another 25.
Listen, economic
forgotten about-
A-levels are a blur.
Okay. Anyways, so we had, because it was an hour and a half, so we got rid of a 25 marker. So like a small section, 25 marks, essay 25 marks, another small section 25. For me, I spent too much time in the first small section, so I got full mark. I got 25 out of 25 on that, which is great. Problem with that, I didn't leave myself enough time for the 25 on its own and the other 25 small section. So I had to cram like 50 marks worth of shit into just below half an hour, which is just, it's not the way to go. Because you're supposed to spend half an hour on the 25 marker essay. So like I realized like I fucked it because of that. And, like the teacher even said, he said I'm looking at it. Some people in that, he said, I'm not going to name names. People in that like your class, they don't know the economics in the first place. Whereas that's not the problem here. It's the timing. So that's just exam practice.
Sugar. You're saying a lot of words, yeah?
A lot of words.
Go on.
But here's what I'm saying.
What?
Did Eddie get an E?
Did Eddie get an E?
That's what I'm saying.
And second of all, I'm not talking about the mock being AIDS. I'm talking about the work ethic.
Yeah.
How's your work ethic having? Like, how are you feeling?
Well, it's been shit for a while, I'll be honest with you.
But like, that's what I'm saying.
Wait,
like,
have you guys gone into revision mode yet?
I'm basically, I've been on that for the last like week.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
What about you?
But as in,
Oh,
but that, it's saying that.
No, I'm revising.
For me, though, for me, it's been slightly different. Though, as I'm saying that, as in, I've been on it for the last like 2-3 weeks because we've had mocks, like still got mocks, so economics ones. So I've been well, it's mainly just been economics. So it has, well, no, it has just been economics. So we had a mock last Friday was the last one. The week before that we had one. So for 2 weeks, I've just been revising like economics, like for each paper essentially. But like now they're done, because the problem with that is like if I wanted to do other stuff, I don't feel I can focus as much sort of on the other subjects, so chemistry and maths. So now that these two are done, now I can actually start like the proper grind, if you will, and stuff like that. And like I realized something as well. Look at me from year 7 to 11. Yeah, well, Umar will know, like, because you don't know obviously because you didn't go to school.
Obviously.
But the fact is, like, I had like a different mindset, if you will, like work ethic, like. I'd revise for every little thing. I don't get like now sort of thing. If we have like a test or something in a subject, I'm not really as fussed. Whereas back then, like if I got anything below what I set myself, sort of thing, my standards, I'd be fucking pissed. Even it could be the most minor test or whatever. I'd be fucking livid. I'd just be angry. Like, I did fucking shit or something like that. Whereas now, well, the last like year and a half has sort of been, oh fuck it, it's fine. It's not the actual thing, sort of thing.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like that's a common thing though, because like a bunch of people that I've talked to in our year are like, you know, I just stopped caring about A levels. There's that, and then there's also like my sister as well.
I did that. I just couldn't be bothered. I was on it for a bit. I was on it. I was revising, and then it got boring.
But that's the thing. Like I feel like that's what I'm kind of like going towards. Like why is it that your work ethic's dropped? Because it definitely has something to do with your A levels. Like, are you just not happy?
I don't know. To be honest with you, like, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything to like pinpoint it. It's just I think I felt maybe like too relaxed as soon as I got into like sixth form sort of thing. No, it's not that. It's just true. It's like it's just. I feel like, well, like you said, with a lot of people, you go into sixth form and it's sort of like with GCSEs, you had that build up of like 3 years of like not pressure, I'd say, but like there's the end goal. That's it. You know what I mean? We'll build up to that. Whereas I feel with A levels, I don't get that same sort of, okay, it's 2 years, and then I don't feel that same sort of thing, if you get what I mean. So I think maybe, yeah, like you said, you know, when you just stop caring. But then I'm not at that end point yet where I don't care. Like I still care, but that's what happened. Yeah, I'm not.
But do you care? What is it that you're caring about? Do you care?
Do you care about the grades?
Do you care? Well, not even that. Do you care about
failing?
Failing.
Deep.
Or do you care about genuinely wanting to do good in your subject? Do you get what I mean?
For me,
like if there's a love there, then you're not afraid of
economic. I have all my subjects. So maths was always my favorite during GCSEs. I just found it fun as hell. I don't find it as fun now. I don't know why. I think maybe that's Mr. Clifton.
You reckon?
Like I feel I honestly feel if I had a different teacher for maths instead of Mr. Clifton, I would enjoy it so much more. Like even with Miss Faddy Widman, who a lot of people don't like, I found it fun because she's still like, with Mr. Clifton, it's like you want to kill yourself. And sometimes it's just I just don't like, I don't know what it is. No, because he's my form tutor as well. I don't. I'm
Yo,
not,
You alright?
yeah, I shut that.
That's what- yeah.
No, but it's Mr. Clifton. But like that's the thing. Like, I feel maybe teacher like wise for maths, but like
I do know how you feel because my art teacher in GCSE
oh god, you had
literally
teaching, didn't
made me not want to do art
you?
like ever again, and I still have PTSD. Like I'm still kind of recovering.
Are you good at art? Would you
I
would you
love-
have done it? Or did you do it?
Yeah. Well, like here's the thing. Like growing up, that's all I did. All I did was like make stories, make comic books, draw out my characters, draw like anime characters, etc. It was all I, and even through high school up until
Fuck off. Call it secondary school.
secondary
Call
school.
it secondary school.
Secondary school. Up until like year 10, I was like, yeah, this is fucking sick.
And then you got Mr. Feet.
And then Mr. Featon came, and it was just like, this is the worst thing I've ever experienced like in my life. I just don't want to do art anymore, ever again. It was even the way that it was set up, where you pick this certain topic and then you just make a sketchbook. There was no like passion in what I was doing.
You just didn't enjoy it anymore.
It was just like because he was so like strict and so like AIDS about it. Like Nav fucking did like a whole like, well, not a whole textbook because he was fucking mad behind, and this was like a few months before the exam. But he had like a sketchbook and it had like a couple of like, you know.
Wait, did you take? Wait, is this GCSE?
This is GCSE.
You took art at GCSE?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like he had like a sketchbook.
Yeah.
And my teacher literally looked at him and just threw it in the bin.
Oh,
And a few months before the deadline, he had to start his project that he'd been working on for 2 years all over again.
What dickhead?
That's what I'm saying. Like the levels. And you know what's funny? Fucking a girl in my class that did art still wanted to do art at A level, but she was like, I just don't want to be near Mr. Feehan ever again. So she moved to Stourbridge. But then he moved to Stourbridge.
Oh, is that where he is now?
Yeah.
Oh,
so he moved. That's why he left. He left because everyone was like, "Yo, you're
Such
fucking
that's
just
such an
AIDS."
L. Whoever that.
Such an L.
That's such an L.
The fattest L. But yeah, like he seeped the like passion out of me. So I get how like, I guess a Mr. Clifton type figure would
I know.
drain that out of you.
Yeah, but even then, like I said, it's just sort of like about sorting my because I was like, because for example, I have quite high aspirations,
100%.
you know, so I want to go into like big world of finance and shit like that and earn, you know, over
MBs,
6 figures,
multi-billionaires.
work for these companies,
Plural.
earning
Plural billion.
over 6 figures and stuff like that. And then, you know, the only way I'm gonna get through there, like the best way, obviously, the easiest way is do well in your A levels, get to one of my unis I want to, preferably my first choice, which is now Liverpool, and then from there it's smooth sailing sort of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously not because you have to be at uni and shit like that, but if you know what I mean, like it sort of sets everything up so much more like
It's just easier.
easily. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if I carried on, I say carried because if I had like carried on that sort of thing till the end of, well, till May and whatever when I've got my actual exams, then yeah, there's no point me thinking about all this shit because
But
that's the thing.
yeah, it's just like, because even Puzo was like saying like,
Shout out Pooza.
we want to see
Shout out
you
Puzo.
get to where you want to be.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact as well, I might have told you this before, but like my sister. So okay, so you've got my brother, my brother, my sister, and me. Shut up.
You have siblings.
Oh yeah, very fair. Anyways,
Shout out Harney.
so-
Shout out Harney.
no, so like the thing is, my brother, I'll start with my sister. I'm not like people say there's not like naturally gifted and all that sort of shit, but she's like insanely clever and like stuff like that. Like the fact is, like she's just really really smart. And then you have my brother, but he's more like he has to do a lot more work to get to sort of like achieving those high grades, which he did, but he has to put in, let's say, more effort and work than she has to.
Right.
And then with my sister, she said this to me I think it was at Christmas. She was saying to me, like, I look at you, like, genuinely, I think you've got a lot more potential than me and my brother. She was like, I think personally you're smarter than me as well. She's like, but the problem is you don't use it in the right way.
Yeah.
Like, let's say during Christmas, when one night I could have been doing, let's say, some math questions or something to get ahead with mocks, instead I was on Xbox, or instead I was watching a film. You know what I mean? Like, I know obviously it's good to relax and shit, but like, there's too much of that sort of thing with me.
Never,
I think.
never too much.
No, but that's the thing with me. So she said like I've got all this, like I got a lot more potential. So I need to like use it. You know what I mean? Because I know if I put the effort in and everything, all that work, I can get those grades. Easy. I can get those grades. I can get to where I want to, but I have to just. It's just I need to just do it. Not stop talking, just do it.
I guess so. It's just interesting because from what I gather,
Yeah.
and that's just my perspective. I'm not right whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but the reason why the work ethic isn't there is because, like, you're not fully content. Like, because that's the whole thing, right? It doesn't, like, at the end of the day, what do you want out of life? Happiness, right? You just want like peace of mind. And I know you told me before, like, as long as like your family, friends are
Everybody's
like calm,
happy, healthy, I'm good.
then he's good, which is very wholesome. That's wholesome, Raj.
Money, get your money up.
But okay, but like that's regardless of the fact. I rate that. But that's the thing, like,
that was so soft.
Thank you.
but that's the thing, like, if so, like, the fact that there's kind of like a lack of work ethic recently. That's what kind of makes me, I guess, assume that there's not a happiness there.
Has something happened? Am I missed something? Is Sukhraj
I was just
signs of a decline right now?
No, I'm just
Oh well.
I'm just worried. I just basically, yeah, like I said, I want to see you get to where you want to be.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So I feel like
do too.
I just wanted to have like an honest convo.
Yeah.
Did you get what I mean? Just to see where your head's at.
Yeah, but that's the
'Cause
thing.
I don't like assuming.
It's been like, it has been something on my mind, not for anybody else, but like when I've just sort of sat there and I thought about, like, I want all this stuff in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no point in me wanting it if I'm not gonna do the shit I have to in between. It's like trying to, have something finished before. You have to build it, don't you? You
Right.
you have a Lego set. You can't just,
It's just mad analogy.
Well, no, you have a Lego set. You can't just think, okay, what's the box. Take it out. It's like that. You have to build it.
Right.
You gotta. That's the thing. So I do. But that's the thing. Like I know what I need to do. And I'm gonna do it. I know. I haven't been. What's the word? Not performing. Like doing as much. Nowhere near
You
as
have
much
been
as I
performing
can.
recently.
Yes. Yeah. But
That's something we all can relate to.
Trouble.
But yeah, so I'm gonna get on it, and it's 2 and a bit months to my first exam economics, and yeah, so we're gonna do this.
I got a nice swift. It's not even swift transition. I used to do these things called swift transitions into random topics.
Okay.
It's not even that swift. It's not linked at all. What's one fad or like thing that's disappeared that you wish was still around? Like, what's one thing like a short term trend that you wish is still around? I'll start it off. I wish those hoverboard things were back. Like, I miss them. You can just like, roll around like,
We saw one. We saw one at the. I don't know. No, you went there. We saw one at the park on Saturday.
I'm looking into buying
like,
one right now.
It wasn't. He put it on. He used it as like a. So it was the back 2 wheels, and then he had like 1 wheel on the front. So he was like sitting down, and the hoverboard was like behind, and then he was just controlling it.
That's quite.
And it was
That's
like a
quite
go-kart.
cool.
That shit's fire.
That's what I'm kind of hyped. I kind of want one.
How much does one of those things cost?
You can get like a used one for like £80, but
80, yes.
they're not that expensive because like they got shut down. Like they got like, stopped producing them because like they would blow up. You know, remember this?
Yeah.
So they were like blowing up because the charges were awful. But like now, it's a bit died down now. Might just get one.
So if it's only 80 quid.
Imagine just skirting
One of
around,
those,
just solid hose on your hoverboard.
But have you ever questioned what you really want?
The fuck? I thought we were going back into. I thought we were going back into short term. What are we doing?
But like, I want to go a bit deeper.
Okay.
Have you ever questioned what would truly make you happy?
Gee, we're really going deep. We're going deep on Sukhraj.
Because it is a weird thing to kind of like try and
What? I don't
kind of
I
get
don't think there's
to.
anything exactly I can say that would.
Because
Make me
so like
happy.
even with me, right, I do all this shit, right?
Yeah.
But that's just because of it, like insecurity.
Okay.
Like I'm a very insecure person. Like I think.
Are you?
Yeah.
I swear,
In
like,
the sense that-
we had like a discussion one time. And I was like, everyone cares about everything, and you're like, I don't care about what people think.
I'm insecure about I'm not insecure about that. I'm insecure about a lot of things, but I'm not insecure about that. If that makes sense.
It is.
But like, yeah, and I feel like every successful person is a very insecure person, because
Just
why else
different
would they want to?
insecurities, Yeah.
Because like, if you were truly like a secure person, you wouldn't want to have that. You wouldn't want to build
Yeah.
or get to a place where you're not at right now. So my thing is like, even with all this music shit and whatever, that's just from my insecurity. And kind of using that as fuel to do this and be like, prove people
be the
wrong
best
or
you can
whatever.
be, so-
And that's not necessarily coming from a place of peace, like at all. It's not a place of peace.
For me, I think it's like, I think you take me a couple. You meet me on the okay. A couple of years ago, I'd say I was like very, very like confident always about anything. I don't care if as in I couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
About it, like sort of thing. Like let's say, even I'm taking like anything. So if I'm like, for example, let's say you're in a lesson. So a teacher asks anyone, if I stick I don't care if the answer is wrong, I'll stick my hand up and try. Whereas now I feel like, so I've always been like I said, so I was always like a very, very always confident sort of guy. Yep. And then now I feel maybe I'm sort of like up and down sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if like not necessarily for any reasons, just sometimes I just have a dip down. And then I just,
Which is normal.
But then that leads to like maybe things like procrastination, shit like that, because I'm not feeling necessarily confident. I'll get some, shit done.
Because it is easier like not doing
it.
anything,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then being like, oh, if I did do something, I would have done it.
Yeah,
there is that kind of mentality.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I feel like now, like right now, I can tell you, I'm like, it's just like dips, and like it's like peaks and troughs sort of thing. Like it will go up. Like one day I might be just gassed about everything, come to school, whatever. The next day I just might not. I don't know. So when you just wake up and you just feel like shit, sort of thing.
That's
but
the
there's
thing.
no reason.
That's a human thing.
Yeah.
And like all of this is not a human thing. Like the whole way that we've built, not to get like mad like tinfoil hat or whatever, but it's like that is like a normal human thing. But we've been programmed to believe that we not in kind of like a robotic fashion on some kawaii shit. Like we should just be level-headed all the time and just execute and just do this task and do this task.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like we've been programmed to kind of like face our reality as a series of problems. That's why there's so much emphasis on maths and shit, like all problem solving and whatever. But I question whether that's place like a peaceful, like kind of like, situation.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what do we want? We want peace, right? We want peace of mind. And that's not like saying we want to be happy forever, because that's not what peace is.
No.
But
it's like when you feel sort of, I don't know what like I said, don't have to like define it properly, but like when you don't feel any sort of worry or shit like that, maybe I don't know, maybe that's how to put it. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it's just that's where it's sort of been. I feel like just now, like me, I feel like I'm not that same sort of, which is like you said, it's just not like it happens. You know what I mean? You just up and down sort of thing. Like one day you can feel like the happiest man alive, the next you don't. Just
complex thoughts don't run through my mind like that.
It's not even complex. One
No,
day is like, if I dumb it down, one day you're happy, one day you're sad.
I can't think of multiple things at one time. So like a lot of the time, I'm just thinking about like games, new card Warzone. Download it now. 15 million players.
So that's calm.
That's all that's on my head just now. I was thinking, if I run a riot shield in the back of my character, would that block bullets from the behind?
God.
And it would. No, now I just thought of a new strat to use on COD. Anyway, carry on.
That's what I mean. Like that's something like
that's going through my head right now.
That's what it should be going through your head.
Why? What shouldn't be going through my head?
In the sense that like it's kind of like, well, I guess it's part of growing up, all the responsibility shit. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, when you grow up, you have a bunch of responsibilities, blah blah blah. But like at the core of it, that kind of peacefulness, that if that's your biggest like thing that's running in your mind, then you have a nice life. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it's so like You're not worried.
I just want to win. I just want to win a war zone.
But that's what. Yeah, exactly.
I want to get that winner chicken
So
dinner.
I wish I was.
I
like,
do wonder
yeah,
like
so-
how much of
That's
that.
what A levels does to you. Like that's not. But
that's the
this
thing.
to everyone. No, it's not like it's not up for discussion. No one can be calm through A levels.
But I do wonder like how we deal with A levels or how you deal. So let's talk about how you deal with A levels. Do you think that the way you've grown up or the way your house is has affected that in any way? Like, is there some kind? Because I feel like most of the time it is Asians that are more anxious. Maybe that's just me.
I don't know.
But I was just wondering like how.
For me-
I can't really
personally,
comment on that because it's like people wouldn't say it even if they were going through shit. So
Right.
I would only.
What? Because Asian family, you mean?
No people. No one would say, like. No one really talks about their personal problems anyway. So like, I couldn't say it's like an Asian thing. For me, obviously it's an Asian thing because I'm Asian. And I'd think like that, but like.
Yeah, for me, like I said, it's, I
Stop
don't
bringing
think-
race into it, Umar.
No, but
It's
I
not-
don't think like anything like my household or anything like that has like affected A levels or whatever. Like even a lot of people say, okay, the stereotypical thing we all know is that because you're Asian, your parents want you to get all A star, all that sort of shit, and if you're not doctor, all that sort of crap.
Yeah.
And the fact is, like, my parents were straight up with me. Even during like GCSEs, they were like, as long as you've tried your hardest, you've tried your hardest, yeah, and you be whatever you want. That's calm. Whereas I know for a fact other people and other like family members and stuff, listening at that, they are more like, let's say their kid doesn't do well in something slightly, it's like the end of the world. It's like, oh my god, my son, he got a B in his physics test.
You're exposing Eddie again.
No,
Okay,
Eddie doesn't do.
surprised.
It's family, yes, it's family. But it's like crazy to me, and like there's that much pressure. But that shit does exist, though, obviously. Like I know it's a stereotype word, but it does like exist. So like I have a cousin, who the guy was just on about. Like if he doesn't do like fucking insanely good at anything,
Jeevan, he's talking about you.
not Jeevan, other
Jeevan-
side of the family.
Jeevan,
but
talking
you
about you.
don't
I'm
know.
talking
I feel
Jeevan.
like that
But,
affects girls more so than guys though.
You think?
What?
Asian girls get it a lot worse than Asian guys.
I don't really-
know. I think it depends on parents.
I think in general though, Asian,
Overall.
just in terms of like, if you're an Asian guy, you get it a lot easier than an Asian girl.
Yeah, probably.
Asian. Wait, you said Asian guys have it easier than Asian girls?
Yeah.
If you're using stereotypes, I wouldn't say so because like.
Go on,
This
go
isn't my view.
Go on.
The average, like, it's just a stereotype. Like Asian women tend to just like end up being like the supporter of the breadwinning man of the family. So they know in their future life they're going to marry into a man's wealth. That is not me speaking. So like they have a lot of the time people don't have this. Like a lot of the time, the girls would not be in a position to stress because they would be already
Marrying to like a
planning to marry and use that wealth. I don't want to. I'm trying not.
I know what you're saying. No,
yeah,
no, I
like
get what
that's
you mean,
yeah, but that's back in the day. I'm talking about like right now.
Not even that still happens in like I wouldn't say my family, but I'd still say like it is still like a
Happens in
thing I
families.
see like where like girls just don't try or don't stress because they know they're gonna get married into a family.
It
that's
probably
gonna
happened,
support
but probably a lot less. Though.
them. I know. They weren't obviously they're not academic. Like they're the smartest people anyway. But I know they didn't try in anything because they knew like eventually they're just gonna get supported by another family.
But I think it's just different levels.
Not my view. You know?
Yeah,
Not my
of
view.
course. But I do still stand by that. I do think Asian girls get it a lot worse than Asian guys in terms of
I don't-
expectations from parents.
Nah, I found out the complete opposite in my household.
Okay.
Like my sister could literally have got like 3 U's in A levels, would not have mattered. But like let's just say I got 3 C's in A level.
Yeah.
Just for example, no one knows my A levels. Yet,
Okay. Yeah.
That would not have been acceptable. But for my sister, they were way more lenient because she was a girl. I know that. I always say this as well.
See,
That's
for-
kind of
I
interesting.
don't know why.
What about your family?
for my that's the thing. This is like I'm saying, like mine, that doesn't sort of exist. Like my sister got, I'm pretty sure she got like A star AA or something, but I don't. That's the problem. Like I can't compare sort of thing because they both did like well and whatever. But I don't feel there would be any sort of different. Like if they did badly, they'd still get stick, regardless. I don't like my sister's the oldest, the firstborn should still get stick. My brother did badly, he'd stick. If I, we're all the same sort of that. It's sort of like equal in that sense. Like if we all do well, great. If we all do shit, you'll all get
Okay,
shit.
so I guess my next question would be: do you know how many generations you are in terms of like being here? So like, did your parents move here,
Parents moved here.
or was it your grandparents that moved here?
My grandparents moved
Would
here.
I be a first generation immigrant if my parents moved here? So I'm the first generation to live here, like to be born here.
And your parents were from Pakistan, India, or India?
Kenya. Huh?
Oh, okay. Well, what about you?
For me, so my grandparents moved to the UK in what was it, the 60s or the 70s? Well, so my granddad moved over first. I think it was in the 60s. Then like he got working and stuff like that, and got a house and whatever. Then my grandma came over with my dad and all like her other kids and stuff, my uncles and aunts and stuff, in I think 1970 or something like that. So, and then my mum was born here. So, what would that probably make me then?
Okay, so maybe I should adjust my statement. I think that
I don't understand. I thought you knew. I thought you were gonna like expect.
no, as in like I'm saying that like, so that makes sense. I guess it makes more sense in your family that your sister didn't get it worse because it was your grandparents that moved here more so than your parents.
Yeah.
So your parents grew up here, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So
My dad came in when he was like 4. Mum was born there, so.
Because like growing up here versus growing up in Pakistan or India.
God, yeah, you're not right. So basically, what you're saying is like, if it was, let's say, my grandparents, then they will obviously be a lot more like if my parents were the ones from India or Pakistan, then they'd get you're not right, but that's like
So like, that's did your mom have it worse? So did your mom have siblings?
Yeah, she has a younger brother and 3 younger sisters.
So I guess what I would be curious about is, would she have had it worse than the brothers?
But the problem is though, like I don't know that's not the right word, but the thing is, like with her parents and my grandparents on that side, they're again like they don't. It's with them. It's sort of as long as you like did your best, you are as in you're not, as long as you don't. Like they like my mum like worked, like she got her A levels and whatever, and like a good job and stuff, and like you know what I mean. So there's no sort of like thing to compare because they've all done like well. So there's no.
I'm not just talking about like A levels and success. Yeah. I'm talking about for example. Okay, so maybe it'd be more clear if I gave an example. Yeah, go on. So my sister has to be arranged marriage.
Oh, okay.
Whereas I don't have that pressure. Do you get what I mean?
Oh, I thought you meant like.
I'm not talking about like
academically.
Well, even academics. My sister had to do pharmacy, whereas I can do music.
Oh, okay. So are you implying like saying that's because she's the first, or is because she's a girl?
Nah, my sister's the firstborn girl, and I don't see.
That's what I meant. Is your perspective?
But I think your situation's a bit different because your parents are from Kenya. I guess my thing was like Asian, like our Pakistan, Indian, Asian.
I don't know.
It is just I don't know. It was just an observation that I feel like is there.
Yeah, I don't know. So with
at least in my experience,
mum's side, like her parents were never sort of, from what I know, from what I've like heard and stuff, and like obviously knowing them, but obviously asking my mum all this sort of stuff.
Exactly. So
like,
because
they never sort of gave. There's always sort of stick.
There's always It is a weird thing because even me growing up now and just talking to my parents more, you start to unravel trauma.
For me, and that's the thing about like I was really surprised because I was talking to my mum about like one time I was talking to her about like marriage and shit, and she said like her parents like as long as you're happy sort of thing, and that's why my parents have even said to me as long as I'm happy, that's all that really matters. So as in like I don't have to get arranged marriage like that. My mum didn't have to, any of them.